So Ghana has been downgraded from a B3 with a positive outlook to a negative outlook. The decision to change the outlook reflects to negative reflects the rising risks ultimately emanating from the coronavirus outbreak to Ghana's funding and debt servicing, with financing beyond immediate official creditor emergency support looking increasingly vulnerable. And so let's have a discussion around that. I believe that we have via Skype Courage Buti, who is an economist, on the phone rather. He is an economist. Thanks for your time this afternoon, Courage. So should the rating agencies be rating now, looking at the fact that we are having to deal with coronavirus?
Come with your question again, please.
I'm saying that, is it fair for Moody's to, for instance, downgrade us when we are dealing with a pandemic?
Well, I am personally not happy about the decision, but I think I understand why. Is it fair? Well, for what they are analyzing, yes. I mean, their metrics and everything show that. I mean, why am I saying this? Of course, it wasn't long ago, I think just in February or so, when Ghana was about going on the Urban Road Show, that Moody's rated as a B3 with a positive outlook. Fact is, they haven't downgraded Ghana rating-wise. What they have changed is their outlook. So ratings, you could have the rating itself, then outlook, there are possibilities. It could be a stable outlook, it could be a positive outlook, or it could be a negative outlook, depending on what they see going ahead. Their concerns around this time is that, yes, there are things that work in Ghana's favor, but there are equally things that work against Ghana's favor. And they think that on the balance of the scale, the negativities at this time seem to outweigh the positivities. What are they talking about? Due to COVID, we're expecting shortfalls in revenues to some huge amount. I think 2.5% of GDP, the finance minister would have us believe. And that will create additional borrowing needs for government. We estimated, I think, the deficit for the year at around 18 billion. But due to this, we are going to have to add another 9.5 billion or so to that deficit. That takes it to in excess of 30 billion. How will we finance that? We have to go to the market to borrow, or borrow from wherever sources we can find. Currently, IMF has stepped in with $1 billion, and we are getting some amount from World Bank also. But obviously, the difference is going to be financed from externally. So it is adding to our debt stock, which stood at, I think, 218 billion the last time. The external component of that debt stock is about 51.6%, which is again larger than the domestic debt stock. And then the domestic market doesn't have the capacity to supply all the financing needs of the government, so they would have to look elsewhere. These foreigners are increasingly risk-averse, and they are de-investing from Ghana and most emerging markets, actually. So it's not a Ghana problem per se. It's an emerging market problem. And so given this, there will be elevated risk to your deficit, there will be elevated risk to your debt position, and of course, there are even challenges to your current account position and ultimately your ability to refinance some of these obligations. And investors will always look at this. Ghana is in the market even looking to cut back on interest payments on some of the non-marketable debts with Bank of Ghana. They are also seeking, I think, Minister Kenofoyata plus his South African counterpart are actually in talks with the World Bank to seek some debt relief, to which we are hearing there is some 500 million debt standstill approved for Ghana alone. Now, all of these is communicating to the investor community that your ability to repay your debt you owe them or the debt you owe them is challenged. And so the outlook has changed from the rosy positive outlook they think it was, and then for good reasons and for the reasons we all know, to now a negative one based on the circumstances. Mind you, it will take you about 2-3 years at the minimum to fully recover from the setbacks due to COVID. And even it's an evolving issue, and then the full impact is yet to be ascertained. Who knows? We may even have to borrow more than the 9.5 Kenofoyata is talking about. So you can understand the reason. So that is what I mean by understand their reasoning, even though I'm not happy about it.
All right, Courage. We'll have some more on this subject later on. Thanks very much for your perspective this afternoon as we continue to follow that story for you.